one, Bradley.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lounge Boys. As you know, we do this each and every Sunday, 7 p.m. as usual. And today we have a special guest. We have Ali Perez here with us, who is a doctor of chiropractic.
Yes.
Bam! See? You got it right. I told you. I had it. I wanted to talk about it beforehand because, you guys set me off.
You know how many times he rehearsed? You know how many times he rehearsed that in his head before he just said that?
Exactly.
It's
It's kind of a hard word to say though.
Exactly. So you don't do it out loud. You do it personally. So tell us what a doctor of chiropractic is.
So we work with the musculoskeletal system. We work on aligning it, and then whatever sort of like muscle tension or muscle imbalance you have, working on that in terms of like rehab and getting things moving so that your body's moving optimally.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
We probably could use a lot of that after Thursday.
Yeah. We got a football game, a
Oh,
Thanksgiving
no.
football game. A lot of us don't play sports the whole year, so everything's been stiff since Thursday.
Yeah.
So
So that would be a good candidate.
Exactly. So how did you get into the field?
So I was a swimmer when I was younger, and I hurt my neck just from like a lot of repetitive movement. And my mom took me to a chiropractor who worked on adjusting me and loosening up the muscle and taking some of the pressure off. And so it allowed me to keep swimming and keep working out how I needed to. And so then when I decided to go into the medical fields, the healthcare field, this was a good fit for me.
Nice.
Was this your first choice in the medical field?
Yeah, it was. I didn't really want to do like the typical medical profession. I have a lot of friends that do it and it's great, but it's just not kind of my thing. I like the rehab and the physical therapy and like working with the body, manual therapy aspect. So for me it was good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How long did it take you?
So there's undergrad, so you have to have like your undergrad degree, and then 3.5 years of chiropractic school if you go straight, or 5 years if you take summer vacation. So it was a long time.
That's like the lawyers and doctors. No, doctors what? 8 years?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
to be-
4 undergrad, 4.
Yeah.
So it's about the same,
Yeah.
more or less. Yeah, it's a lot of schooling.
But
That's a lot of
I mean, it's if it's something you want to do and something that interests you, then it shouldn't be a problem to spend the amount of time
In school?
in school.
Well, you also don't want someone like adjusting you who doesn't know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
4 years is pretty.
But did you start studying this in high school, or was it after high school when you decided that you wanted to do it?
It was like in college when I decided I wanted to do it. So then I did biology and all the medical, like pre-med prereqs basically, and then you just decide, medical school or chiropractic school. And I did
The
chiropractic
science part was
school.
probably fun too.
Yeah.
Biology and chemistry and all that stuff, mixing up, jumping.
See, I could do that part.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
What was your interest before this?
Before chiropractic?
Like, what was your mindset on like what I'm gonna do when I grow up or have to get a real job?
Yeah.
Professional swimmer, bro.
I wasn't that good.
Oh.
I wanted to be an OBGYN.
Really?
Oh.
You took a heck of a
Yeah.
Third class.
Wow. And you studied and you did some stuff for
I
it?
did, yeah, and in high school I shadowed and I did a lot in like the hospital with OBs, and I was basically just setting myself up to go that direction and change my mind.
Oh, wow.
So what was it that made you change your mind? Was it something you saw as
Never mind.
as a ride along? You were like, okay, I'm not gonna see that again. Let's go.
How's your back?
Did we have to see anything weird looking at backs?
No,
Wow.
I just didn't want to. It was a lot of like medical procedures and writing prescriptions, and for me, I just don't like messing with brain chemistry, and it was a little too like allopathic for me, and not quite what I want to do. I like the more natural route. So right now I do a lot with like pregnancy and postpartum women and things like that. So I still managed to combine it, but I just didn't like the traditional medical.
You correct pregnant women's backs?
I do a lot.
Oh,
I ain't
boy.
even do that.
I mean, if you think about it,
I mean, all this stuff in and
we can't do anything else
Yeah,
for back
exactly.
pain, so it has to be natural.
And see, we be thinking we be helping them with that back pain when they pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Lots and lots.
So, in the
They
world,
didn't get that one.
in the world of the chiropractor,
Yes.
now most people think it's all centrally, you know, it's all about the back.
Mhm.
Is that true?
No.
What other components play a part in?
Any part of the musculoskeletal system, so any joint, any muscle we can affect. A lot of people know us for low back pain and like neck pain and headaches. That's typically what people come to us for. But then once they're here, they figure out like, oh, you can do something for my knee pain or my ankle.
I gotta help my arthritis then.
Yeah, exactly.
Arthritis.
Because most people, like when I think of chiropractic, I think of the back. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know that it's more than just the back when it comes to that.
So you can crack like ankles and knees?
Yeah, any joint.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we about to get you all cracked. Just crack away.
So, let me ask you this. I think a lot of people think that you have to have an injury or rehabbing just to come see a chiropractor. Is that true?
No, not at all. So because it's a lot of just functioning optimally, it's really anybody. So if you sit at a computer desk for most, like majority of the time, which is a lot of people, you end up with bad posture, right? And so even if you're not in pain now, eventually that muscle imbalance creates a lot of like pain and dysfunction. So if you work on it now, then it helps to improve it so you don't end up with problems later. It helps prevent arthritis because you're moving more, and we just work on what you need to work on particularly.
So what you can do, if you do something right, you might pop my back and it'll prevent me from, I have a bad tendency to slouch like this, like Brad's doing right now. I have a tendency to stand like that sometimes when I should actually be with my chest out. If you crack it one time, would that make me?
It will make you, yes, temporarily. But then we also have to give some exercises so that you strengthen the back muscles, because I can adjust you all day, but if you go back to this 10 hours a day, then I'm not really, I can't like sit there and adjust you all day long, right? So you need some muscle, like you need some exercises to work on strengthening the back muscles so that it's more comfortable for you to sit upright versus in a hunch position.
I guess she'll you'll teach them different ways to sit and
posture.
Right.
Practice and stuff.
And I seen the strap too. Have you guys seen it? It's like a strap that go across your shoulders or whatever. And then it tightens up in the back, and it makes you have the straight posture.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You guys, it'll make you actually be like, instead of slouching like with your shoulders like this. I noticed it a lot of times where my shoulders will feel like they're getting ready to touch each other. I'm pushing them in.
Yeah.
There's a little thing now too, like a little patch that you can put in the middle of your back, and then if you end up slouching, it like buzzes. And
Oh wow!
so, yeah.
Dang.
So
I think my buzz too hard.
so with two things real quick. So with that being said, like how important, because you know there's a lot of things people be like, oh whatever, I'll be all right. How important is that as far as your posture and your back, and like as you get into your latter years?
Let me elaborate on that. Some people say the way people walk also, the people walking wrong. You should be walking like straight up, like you said, like that. So I mean, just to piggyback off what you said, that's part of it also.
It's the same thing. So even now, we're starting to adjust to the fact that we have to sit at a computer for long periods of time, so we can force our bodies to do it, but we're not meant to. We're bipedal. We're meant to be up and moving and walking. That's how our body was designed. We just don't use it that way. So then what happens is we're developing arthritis much younger than we were before, because movement is what helps to slow down and decrease arthritic changes. And so if we're not moving, that arthritis kicks in really quickly. And so as we're older, we're going to have arthritis much sooner, which makes it a lot harder to move later on. And then once you're in pain, it becomes hard to move. So you kind of have to prevent it, and a lot of that is just staying active and being able to kind of work on what's going on with you, right? So because I am up and mobile and bent over and like adjusting people all day, my issues are different from someone who sits at a computer for long periods of time. Both, it's important, like I need to go get adjusted, I need someone to work on me, but we're working on two different things. So everyone's a little different, which is why you need to be like evaluated and looked at.
And one of I've been hearing this all my life, about the way you sit in your car and drive. Like people always say, they used to say, yeah, you're gonna mess up your back. Does that really have something to do with?
Yeah.
It really is true?
It's true, because it's an imbalance one way or the other, right? So where we end up with a lot of problems is whether the muscle gets imbalanced either from side to side, because you're like this, and so these muscles are being pulled for long periods of time, or you're at a computer and these muscles are getting shortened and tightened. So either way, you're creating imbalance just from side to side. But when those muscles get tight or like too tight and pulled or whatever, then it ends up putting a lot of pressure on the spine and on the joints, and then it can kind of restrict the joints.
Wow.
So.
Let me ask you this: how, if you don't have an injury, how often should someone see a chiropractor just to get adjusted?
Yeah, everyone's a little different. It just depends on like finding a sweet spot for someone. So usually I'll tell people like once a month is a good place to start. Let's see how it goes. Some people at about 3 weeks need an adjustment, like they feel it in their body. And once you start to get adjusted, you can kind of start to feel when you need it again. Like you start to feel when things are a little off balance or a little off. And then I have other people that come like every 5 or 6 weeks. So everyone's a little different. I get adjusted every 2 to 3 weeks because I'm so mobile and active and doing things.
You see, that's why I'm so busy, y'all, because I got to stay mobile.
I get it. So being mobile is the best thing.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like you said, swimming, running.
Yeah. Well, swimming is actually one of my favorite things to do. That's
it works.
My go-to exercise.
It works everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Swimming is the best thing for you in some aspects because you don't have the pounding from gravity, right? Like running, so you don't have that repetitive stress on the joints.
Yeah.
And you get full body motion.
Yeah.
Like every joint in your body is moving at one point or another. So,
Gotcha.
but really it's about like finding the exercise that you enjoy because then you're just going to keep doing it, and that's more important than kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, we can't keep doing exercises we enjoy no more. Football and basketball.
Yeah.
We're a little bit too old for that now, so we got to find something new.
Like my lower back has been, I always have lower back issues, but since Thursday, it's been bad. Like it's been bad. It feels like the muscle, it just feels like something is like this. Like this is my back.
This is my
like that. Like this it ain't like this, right? It's like this.
This is the George Jefferson. That's what.
But that's because I don't do that type of activity on a normal basis.
Right.
So automatically, it's just everything just
Right.
tightens up. But like you said, movement. We need to keep moving.
So me, 45, right? I'll sit down and be watching TV in a position, and when I get up to go to the bathroom, it feel like my muscles are just locked up, and they don't know which way I'm trying to go right now.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to make it to the bathroom. So that's why I say I try to be as active and moving around as much as possible. Because the moment I sit down, it's like everything just shuts down.
Yeah.
And the muscles just relax and don't want to get back going no more later on.
Yeah. So the muscle gets cold from not being active, so it doesn't get the blood flow it needs. So then when you go to start to get up or try and move, it can feel compressed, or like the tightening is kind of a protective mechanism. So if you're doing an activity that the body isn't used to, especially something like football or basketball that's a little more pounding, right?
Yeah.
So then the body kind of freaks out a little bit and it tightens up because it's trying to protect, which is what it's supposed to do, but obviously you don't want it to stay like that for very long. So it's kind of same situation, right? Like the muscle's trying to protect and guard, it's just doing it in a different way.
Right. Exactly.
And one of the questions that he was scared to ask: does it help with your sexual with your
I was scared to ask that question.
It read your mind, didn't it?
Does it help with the bed aspect? Let me put it that way.
This is his question.
This is really his question. This is really his question.
I'm not gonna let him do my buddy.
But listen, I know she's smart enough and she's figured that out already. I ain't been short of asking no questions yet. So, could you please answer his question?
There's two trains of thought in that direction. So with any sort of sexual activity, it's activity, right? And you're in positions that you're not typically in.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of the same thing. Like you want the body to be ready for whatever position that you're going to be, and that muscle be able to activate when you need it to activate.
See?
Because we do have people that come in with spasmed muscles because they were in a position
Too long.
that they weren't used to being in, and the muscle doesn't really know what to
How
do.
many of those are guys?
Mostly guys.
I was gonna say, you ain't never had spasm or
Charlie
horse. You gotta cool it. You're like, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I've done. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that.
So I got a question. When you first got into the profession, did you hear a lot of people not getting into it because of malpractice or something happening when cracking backs? Did that ever deter you either?
It didn't deter me. I mean, you have to do an exam because you have to, take the necessary precautions. Some people aren't good candidates for manipulation. for whatever reason, like some sort of underlying pathology, we are affecting the joint, we're affecting the muscle, and then that is very close to the nerve, and so we can kind of affect the nerve as well. And so we have to be careful with who we're adjusting and when we're adjusting.
Okay.
So, but that's just like any sort of profession, a medical profession, right? Like there's risks and benefits to everything, to medication, to any sort of procedure.
True.
There's always going to be a risk and a benefit. It's about like having due diligence to make sure that you're not doing it in a place where you shouldn't be doing it. And then the adjustment is just getting used to it. It's weird in the beginning because you're putting pressure, and especially the neck, you're adjusting, and
it already sounds
looks
weird.
It sounds weird.
Yeah.
My first time, I was tensing up, and they was like, "No, you have to relax, because they can't do it if you're like this nervous and scared. They're not gonna be able to do it. So you gotta really be.
Yeah, that's really where it breaks something.
You gotta really be relaxed for them to.
Yeah.
Especially for the neck, I was scared as hell when I first had my neck done.
Yeah, that's where most people freak out, understandably. Like, someone is touching and adjusting your neck, and that's not normal.
that's scary.
Because you always look at movies when somebody get their neck snapped.
Right. And that's the same movement they do.
I know.
Snap it.
Same movement.
It looks the same, but it's not the
Exactly.
same. Yeah. So you just have to be careful, and you have to know when to do it. But it is a matter of just getting used to it, like anything else.
Has that ever happened before in the history of chiropractic?
What?
Someone actually broke
Breaking
someone's
their
neck?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because we actually go at it at a different angle. So we use it an angle. So in like the movies and stuff, when you're breaking someone's neck, you do a full rotation to cut off the artery.
Okay.
We don't do that. So the joints are at an angle, and so we'll follow the angle of the joint and put a thrust through it. So it's actually no rotation. It feels like rotation because we have to put your neck into a certain position to get at the joint, but it's not
And you
rotated.
can feel all of these bones under someone's flesh.
Yeah, you get really used to feeling
That's
it.
really
Hey, well, the anxiety has officially kicked in. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of cracking. We can get a little bit of cracking going on, literally, and then we're gonna see how we feel after, and then
we'll be right back.
we'll be right back. All right.
Can't look knowing.
No, I think it's the neck.
Well, we can take turns then.
Let's see.
First up, Timmy.
Okay, relax your shoulders now. Okay. So first we're just looking for any sort of restriction that we feel based on palpation. Okay. So then I'm going to have you take a deep breath in and breathe out. And at the end I'm going to put a little pressure. Good.
Oh, shoot.
Again, deep breath in and breathe out. And one more time, deep breath in and hold at the top. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the hip, we're going to use what we call a drop piece. So the table's going to come up. And then we're just going to pull a pressure out.
Thought that was a back.
And gravity's going to help push it down. Good. Alright, go ahead and flip over for me.
Mine didn't have that much cracking because I get mine cracked every week.
Oh no, we heard you popping.
We're gonna use that pop. Oh, you really gonna hear this one?
Yeah. So the neck, we have to go at a different angle because of the positioning. So for this, feeling around, seeing where it's restricted. And then where it's restricted, we're going to put some pressure. The same thing on this side. Good. See how that feels?
Good. Look at this face.
It feels good. It just looks
Yes.
funky.
Yes, it feels.
All right.
You ready?
Try this. I'm terrified, but okay.
So face down for me. Alright. So for you, because the muscle's tight, the table's gonna go up and down. It's just
Okay.
gonna feel like a stretch. So this just kind of tractions out the spine and the joints and takes some of the pressure off. If it's too much pressure, let me know.
Damn, you got a roller coaster ride.
relax your shoulders down. There you go. Same kind of thing. I'm just gonna feel around first.
So you're feeling for tight spot?
Yeah, so we're feeling for restriction. So basically, like when you're feeling down a spine, there should be mobility in between each joint. So where it feels kind of like a brick wall, like where it gets stuck, that's where we know it's restricted, and that's where we put the high velocity, low amplitude thrust through. So right here. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. Good, and relax. And as a patient, you can usually feel some tenderness too. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. All the way, all the way. Good. You right? One more time. Take a deep breath in and hold at the top. Good. And breathe out. Okay. And then for the low back, go ahead and turn on your side and face me. So the way that the joints are positioned in the low back are also different. So we put you in a different position. So you're going to scoot forward towards me. So bring your body all the way towards me. There you go. So straighten out the bottom leg, bend the top like this. And bring this bottom hip under, like towards me this way.
Brought towards you?
Towards me. There you go. Good. Alright. Let me grab this arm.
This is
We're
a
gonna
good part
twist.
right here.
Like this. There you go. Alright. So relax.
Pretzel.
Stay.
Gotta do it, relax. Yeah.
Okay.
Deep breath in. And breathe out. Good. Try not to tense up.
Oh, wait.
You alright?
I told you that was gonna feel good.
Turn and face the other way.
Oh. Okay.
That's when you really stiff.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
must have been
Straight up.
badly
Straighten
stiff.
out the bottom.
Straight at the bottom.
Bend the top. Scoot forward towards me. All the way.
Forward.
Bring the bottom hip under towards me. There you go. And then bring us under. Twist. Exactly.
I'm gonna see his face after this one.
Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Relax, relax,
Oh.
That looked like a karate move. Why?
You alright?
Yeah.
Alright.
I can't get up.
See how that
Look at his face.
Yeah, walk it out. Walk it out.
Man, you're loose.
Right? Better?
Oh, man. I might need to get this done more often. 'Cause I
So you
told
shouldn't like really feel your neck or your back on a day-to-day basis, right? Like when it's tight or in pain or uncomfortable, that's when you feel it. But
Yeah.
moving around, like you really shouldn't feel,
Feel it,
like,
yeah.
like-
And that's how it was for me, just every time I moved. All right, Ty, slide in there. I got you.
Alright.
Ready?
Oh boy. Here we go.
Face down for me.
He's down.
Mama. Oh, I feel it already.
Yeah, tight.
Got some tight boys, man.
Keep feeling something.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm in trouble. Help.
This is just muscle.
Okay.
So the muscle and the spine work together, right? Because the muscle attaches onto the spine. So if one is tight, it can end up kind of pulling and taking pressure off of the spine, putting pressure on the spine. All right. Relax your shoulders. There you go. All of you are tense trying to.
It's called scared.
You
Deep
say
breath.
that again.
Deep breath in and breathe out. Good.
Mm, mm.
Mama.
Deep breath in and breathe out. Good. One more time. Deep breath in and hold at the top. Good. And breathe out. Okay. So turn face this way up.
Oh, towards him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. I'm about to get the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Straighten out the bottom leg.
Oh, straighten out the bottom leg.
Scoot forward towards me.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh Lord.
Let's bring this under.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Lean back a little this way. Lean back this way.
Like that.
There you go. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Relax, relax. Don't tense up.
I'm tense.
There. Okay. Other side.
I'm tense.
So when you tense up, we have to push through the muscle to get at the joint, kind of like Tim was saying. So you have to try and stay
No, I
loose.
got the legs thrown.
There you go.
You just gotta relax and trust the process.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Easier said
No,
than
seriously.
Relax. All right. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. All the way, all the way. Relax, relax.
Oh, shit.
Relax.
I'm trying to. It's not easy when you pop your damn leg off. Relax.
All right, go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
See how that feels.
I'm dizzy. It's like,
There you go.
Congratulations, young man.
you've been popped. I feel good.
Feel looser?
It feels alright. Feels real good.
Good. So especially you're like kind of in that thoracic area.
Mm-hmm.
This, especially if you sit at a computer or anything like that, that's where it tends
That's
to.
where I get it at.
Yeah.
And then I sleep on my side, right?
Yeah.
So then at night it feels like I'm still sleeping like this.
Right. So you need more like extension through your back, which is what the adjustment is.
Yeah, I feel good. I will come back.
All right.
Alright, you looking for
So-
the stop button?
Yeah.
All the way to the left. Front.
I can't see that high.
The other left. Action.
All right, welcome back. So, as you just saw, that we got our backs cracked. The guy over there on the side, he got his neck cracked too. But
For the whole enchilada.
you could tell,
That's right.
you could tell that he does this because his was easy. He didn't have to turn over or get his legs to move up and down and do all that extra stuff.
No, hold up. One other thing you didn't say about him.
But
He was extremely calm.
yes, he was,
We was like,
and we were very tense. Me
I come once a
personally,
week though.
yeah, that's different. So
once a week.
yeah.
Oh, he get a lot of tuning up.
So me personally, I mean, my back feels great now. Like it hurts for me to slouch over like I usually sit. So I'm trying to sit straight, but it just feels weird sitting straight because I never, sit straight. But yeah, I can feel that it's loose, and I want to lay down and try it when I get home and make sure my back is. Cause I like to lay down, and as we were just told,
Oh yeah.
the best way to sleep is on your back.
On your back.
On your back, and if you can, legs under. Pillow.
Under the knees.
Under the knees. Under the knees. Awesome. Ty, how you feeling, buddy?
I feel pretty good myself, Brad.
Yeah.
Back feels a lot different than what it did when I first walked through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually woke up a little bit more too because I was asleep. But I'm up now.
Yeah. Everything feels a
It's
little
like
bit.
I got a little bit more energy
Yeah.
going on now. So, how do you feel, Mr. Once a Week?
I feel great. Great.
I bet you do.
I feel great. I'll be back next week.
Exactly. So, Allie, depending on like what people want to know, I know we touched on it real quickly before, but as far as how many times you'll need this done, or when you think you should get it done, or how does that mind frame work as far as coming to the chiropractor?
Yeah, it just depends what you have going on. So some people come for like a new injury or their back has been hurting for long periods of time. And so that's why it just depends on how long you've had it and what exactly is going on. So if it's chronic, you're going to need to come in a little more sooner to begin with so that we can make changes and that those changes stay in place where we need them to.
Got you.
And then it's about kind of tapering off till you get to a point like that sweet spot like we talked about, the maintenance kind of spot,
Got you.
where then you just use it to kind of like maintain moving optimally.
And you can help diagnose how many times a person needs to come in and all that good
So
stuff.
how many times should he come back? When should he come back again? If you had to recommend something.
Yeah, if you had to
Off of just the
recommend-
feeling of his back.
His
over
back?
there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but based on the nature of your job and what you're
Yeah.
carrying and
Yeah.
moving
You
and
ain't
sitting
doing
for
that.
long periods of time. Well, but sitting for long periods of time is also
You ain't
not
even
good for you.
I mean, sitting, moving, walking, everything.
Lifting.
Yeah, exactly.
You do all that.
So you're not like in acute pain, but maybe twice a week for 1 or 2 weeks, and then once a week, and then down from there.
And it tapers off.
Tapers off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gotcha. Well, it was awesome. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and we would like you to tell everybody where they can find you, how they can find you, all that good stuff.
Sure. So I'm Bethesda Chiropractic and Rehab. So I'm in Bethesda, Maryland. The website is BethesdaChiroandAcu.com. So all one word, Bethesda Chiro, CHIRO, and Acu, ACU.com. And the phone number is 301-841-0975.
Sweet. And you have any social media stuff you'd like to put out there?
Sure, yes, thank you.
All right.
So I'm also on Facebook, Bethesda Chiropractic and Rehabilitation. So I put tips and tricks and exercises and stretches and stuff like that regularly that you can kind of follow along. And sleeping positions, I just posted something about sleeping positions, so all of that's on there.
Awesome, and we thank you. And also, we're right by BCC for y'all, Montgomery County, and literally next door to BCC.
Yeah,
so you guys check out all our stuff. We'll have all our info on our page also, so you can reach out to her then. And once again, we'd like to thank you again.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
very much.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And this is what we do. It's the Lounge Boys. We'll see y'all next week.
And don't forget, hey, the December 29th is our New Year's end of the year party. So make sure y'all be there.
Are
Oh
you
yeah.
Yes, sorry.
She will be at our party.
But she won't be cracking backstage.
Hey, we will see if we can get him to come too. We'll get him in there too.
That's our escort right here.
Exactly.
Security.
Exactly. So we'll see y'all then. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's the Lounge Boys.
Lounge Boys.
Yo. I wish that skeleton would have put his hand like this.